Okay, now copy these lines and paste inside the wave function. First, see this line, update the current timestamp we have for the user. So as we create a mapping, here we taking the address of the sender, the one who called the function, and the current timestamp, Unix timestamp, by calling the global variable. Message of Sunday is a global variable and also block the timestamp. So we have saved that particular user have click on this function at that time. Now come to this line. This line is a condition where we check that last time the user have clicked on the wave function plus 15 minutes should be less than current timestamp. So user have to wait 15 minutes before they can wave again. Now see, just click on it and run it. Yeah. Mhm. Okay, so it's run first time, then we have click again, so it gives us the error that wait 15 minutes and it cancel the transaction. Okay, now move on. Okay, finalize and celebrate. So this allows us to just make some changes, UI changes, CSS changes, and try to make something new and beautiful out of it. So you can do anything like a- at the field where user can enter the text and then click on wave at me, and that message will go, and you can do anything you like. You can also increase the time limit, like uh, like if you are testing, then you can just decreases the time limit to 30 seconds, like half minute. So it is annoying if you make it 15 minutes, so you have to wait for 15 minutes before testing it again. So you can cool down timer to like 30 seconds instead of 15 minutes like this. Okay, let's change the message here also. Let's paste it here. Okay, now let's deploy it again. uh, Deploy it. Wait for it. It's taking some time. Okay, now just is deployed successfully. Now copy it and paste the address, and now go to artifacts, contracts, if portal SOL, JSON, the ABI file, copy it and paste it inside the source utils. Paste it and save it. Okay, now run the front end and wave it. Okay, so we are waving it. It will take some time. Okay, so it says transaction failed. Let's try it again. Click on it. Okay, it's successfully now. Now wave again. Okay, so you can see that it says that must wait 30 seconds before moving again. Now click on it again. Okay, we have to wait again. I think it's 30 seconds now. Yes, so now the condition is working fine. We need to wait 30 seconds before we can either call. Okay, so now move on. Setting gas limit. When you try to wave now, you may notice you sometimes get an error that looks something like out of gas. Why? Well, basically MetaMask will try to estimate how much gas a transaction will use, but sometimes it's wrong. In this case, it's made more difficult by the fact that we have some randomness involved. So if the contact send a price, then the waiver needs to pay more gas since we are running more code. Estimating gas is is a hard problem, and an easy workaround for this so our user don't get angry when a transaction fails is to set a limit. So on app.js I changed the line that sent the wave to. So let's change it. uh, Go to app.js, search it. uh, Here, okay. Okay, now set the limit, gas limit. Okay, okay. What this does is make the user pay a set amount of 3 lakh, gas of 3 lakh, and if they don't use all of it in the transaction, they'll automatically be refunded. So if a transaction cost is 2,50,000 gas, then after the transaction is finalized, that 50,000 gas left over that the user didn't use will be refunded. So gas gas setting limit is very useful if we don't know. We normally don't know how much gas we're going to use. Let's say if our code have different logics and gas is taking much, uh, so it's better to set some gas at a higher limit, so user will not have to pay all the amount for that gas. Rather, they just pay the amount that is used. uh, as in this example, like if we have set gas limit 3 lakh and just use transaction cost as 2 lakh 50,000, then 50,000 gas will be refunded to the user. Means the amount will be refunded to the user. Okay, validating the transaction. When your contract has been deployed and you are testing it out with your UI in your wallet, it may be confusing at first. Determine whether your wallet account was successfully rewarded with the price. Your account will have used up some amount of cash, potentially have been rewarded with the ether. How can you validate whether your contract is working expected? To validate, you can open your contract address. Okay. So basically, sometimes in this contract in particular we have just give a price of 0.001 Ethereum. So at some times when you waive the contract, uh, the gas price might be greater than the rewarded price. So you will get fractional of you will your amount will be deducted rather than you get amount. Like let's suppose that if the award is 1 and gas price is 2, so you will see the deduction of 1 rather than inclusion of 1. Got my point? So how can we track it? How can we track the transaction? As we see earlier also, we can go to Etherscan and we view the transaction that have taken place. Okay, we'll find all sort of useful information in here, including the method that was called, which is in case wave. If you click into wave transaction, you'll notice that it to property it will identify the contract address was called. If the user had won the prize, you will notice that the feed that the contract has been transferred 0.0 Ethereum from contract address to your account address. So we have seen all these things previously. Note that value of the transaction is still 0 Ethereum because the user never paid anything to initiate the wave. So you will see the amount Ethereum amount is 0 because user don't have to pay to call this function, rather than the gas is used for that user have paid, not the amount. Okay, the transfer of Ethereum, let me clarify it again, that there are two things.